I have tactics how I handle rejection, and I know what works for me. And I know that if there is something I really wanted, I need to allow myself to, just cry over a little bit for one day and then I can move over. But the last time, it hurt so much that I was like, I'm not going to deal with it. Probably it's going to bite me in the ass later. Oh, can I say ass? Well,
Yeah, yeah.
I
This
said
is a swear-free podcast. I mean, swear away. Like, yes, open
okay.
season. Go crazy.
So I was like, I'm not going to let it in. So I'm going to put on a series and literally not think about it.
Oh, it's one of those ones. Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it comes in layers. So like I can deal with this side of it, but then there's that bit, and then there's that bit. It's like yeah, there's different
Yeah. And
aspects.
it was bad because I had two rejections within 3 days,
Oh,
one for theatre for Ed Fringe, and it was a big thing. It was Muster Station. I don't know if you heard about it. It was quite big in the Ed Fringe this year.
okay.
And the other one was for a gladiator role,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
which
I
was
remember talking about this.
Bulgaria.
Yeah,
And yeah, 3 day apart. And I was like, okay, this is just too much in one go. So let's just watch something.
yeah. Fair enough. I mean that is always a. I actually haven't talked about this on the interview series, but yeah, dealing with rejection. That's what's your go-to thing, huh?
It's two things. That's what I mentioned before, to let it affect me and feel miserable, cry, eat ice cream, very basic stuff for one day and then move on. But honestly, these now it's not one day, it's a few hours maybe, because I am so busy that I don't really have time to cry over it.
For feelings, I don't have time.
I don't have time to feel. Come on. I'm a busy person. No, it's
I'm an actor in the capital in London. London does not have time for crying.
but really that's why I like that. For example, I don't know, Julia probably mentioned that we are putting on a production together.
She has not mentioned it. She has mentioned that she's got projects down the line, but she has not mentioned specifically. I think she knew that we'd be talking, you and I, so she wanted you to have the honors.
Oh, she could have mentioned it. Anyway, so we are putting on a production in November, and this is something we do ourselves. And whatever happens, whatever rejection comes, this production is still there that I can't wait to get start with it. And I love doing it. It was so shitty to get funding for it. It was one of the hardest thing we've ever done, I guess. Applying for Arts Council, what is that?
Mm.
Arts Council, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh, New system. It was literally so many 12-hour days just writing a bid. It was crazy. But still thinking about that it's going to happen and we're going to start the rehearsals, that helps me to handle any other kind of rejections, because I know that there is something to come and it's going to happen because I'm going to make it happen.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's fair of having. I remember in our acting class that I did, we actually talked about handling rejection, which was now that you think about it, it's like a revolutionary idea that your teacher tries to explain how to deal with it, but it was like have things planned, afterwards, like have projects to look forward to, uh, or yeah, just that. Yeah, so again, allowing yourself to feel it, not being like, no, I'm okay, I'm not affected. It's fine. I didn't get the lead role in the one of the biggest parts ever in my life, but I'm fine. You know,
But it's
and
so
that
cool that your teacher mentioned this at all, and
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah. No,
that was a
and we
thing.
we talked about this. We talked about post performance blues. When a production ends, that you're gonna
I'm
feel
really
drained
yeah,
about it.
yeah.
And it's true because you realize, oh my god, what am I supposed to do? I was doing this thing that I love doing so regularly. I was getting my high, my dosage, and now it's gone. What?
It's for me, it's way worse than any kind of rejection. When a production ends, which especially if it's a longer one, and then it's
Yeah,
okay, what now?
yeah. Back in the unknown. Yes. Yeah, again, so allowing yourself to feel it, having stuff planned that you're looking forward to. My thing nowadays is that I've realized a lot of with the handling rejection is, I mean, very much mindset based. That you have to have a mindset that's willing to see the positive. As you said, you have to celebrate your not your failures, but like your losses as well. Because if they're getting bigger, if you're losing on a bigger and bigger stage over time, that you knowing that you're in the right direction, you're on the right trajectory, right? So just seeing that, like I got seen for this, I've got this close to this. These people that were casting me have seen me trying to get really hard to get this part. So that means I have a very good connection with them, like an emotional investment on their part as well.
Yeah.
And that's always going to be an easier door to open the next time. And then so you got all that stuff, just seeing the positives. And then my thing is going back is like I actively try to take pride in what, regardless of the result and the fact that I put in the effort, as long as I know that I tried my best, at no point did I just give up. Then I'm like, yeah, I've got nothing to be ashamed of. And I try to remind myself, because it's hard to think positive when all that emotion is crashing down
Yeah.
on you. But just to have that little voice of like, yeah, it's shit and you're supposed to feel like shit and that's normal, but little positive. So yeah, I think that's sort of the things I use to deal with it. But yeah, probably the biggest thing is just being okay with failures and losses, and still feel just being proud of them anyway.
But honestly, it's 80% of our job. So if you can't really handle this and get over the fact that you hate self-taping or hate going to auditions, which some people do, weirdly, that's going to be a miserable, miserable life.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, I don't hate self-taping.
I love it. I love it.
And because I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm still doing acting, you know? Like,
Yeah.
if you love acting, the thing that, the bottom line, you love performing, you're still performing.
Yeah, I do miss the human connection.
Yeah,
I
that's true.
it's just an extra thrill and everything, but also this is super easy in a way that I'm getting very quick with my self tapes now. I remember those days when I had, I don't know, these 11, 13 takes and mess up my lines. And it's not that I hated them or I didn't like what I did, but I didn't trust that I thought it's going to get better, but after a point, it's not going to get any better. It's going to be the same. And it's the life of the partners or flatmates and mothers, sisters, brothers who self-taping with you. And honestly, a big cheers to anyone being the other side of the camera and dealing with our shit. Because honestly, the times, I mean, even my partner, he does that without a complaint. It doesn't matter. Sometimes I burst out in tears because I can't do this. I'm not. I'm a bad actor, and why am I doing this? And I hate this self tape. And he's just sitting there. Okay, chill down, chill down. I have
Yeah,
time, and I know that he doesn't, but he still says that he does have time.
yeah. You could probably write an entire book on the lives of people around actors.
Yeah.
Just the spouses. There should be like a therapy group for like having to live with an actor.
Yes.
Yes, you look great. Yeah, you do look great in it. That is exactly the part for you. No, you're very castable. Yes, yes.